They trailed Hearts here. It was indeed a year of hard hits. Wilber Marshall of the Bears hits Joe Ferguson and would be fined heavily by Pete Rozelle for that hit. There was no fine on this one, but it was a harder hit. Eric Hipple rolling out, hit by Scott Brantley of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The hardest hit in the open field, Bruce King, hit by Jeff Fuller. Talk about stopping in your tracks. The unfairest catch of all, Phil McConkey, hit by the Rams' Vince Newsom. Should have called for the fair catch, Phil. The acrobat of the year, Jim McMahon, upended by Ronnie Lepet. It happened in the Super Bowl. The hardest hit of his own teammate, how about Perry on Mike Singletary? You get hit by the refrigerator, you get hit. And the refrigerator, folks, was hitting them all. Now, there were some unusual touchdowns this year. Take, for example, this turn of fortune for the Seattle Seahawks. Dave Craig fumbles the ball. Vinnie Newsom has it, loses it, bounces to Dave Craig, who promptly throws a touchdown to Danny Green. I think this play typified the year as far as New Orleans Saints. Dave Wilson loses it. Wagner picks it up, hands it to Rick Bryan. He laterals to Mike Gann. Gann will go all the way for the touchdown. If it could go wrong, it did for the New Orleans Saints. The quickest change of direction for the year. Vince Ferragamo of Buffalo scrambles, decides to run. That's a mistake. Hit, fumbles to Tate Randall. Tate comes out with the ball, says, wait a minute, I'll never make it to the end zone. He flips it to Anthony Young. Anthony Young will go the 24 yards. Touchdown, Anthony Young. And the luckiest play of the year, living up to the quarterback's last name, Oliver Luck. The luck of the Oilers did come through, throwing a bomb, tipped right into the hands of Butch Woolfolk for the touchdown. Oh, and even without Stickum, there were some spectacular catches that I guarantee you didn't have to have Stickum to believe. The juggling catch, here it is, throwing perfectly to the end zone. Dieter Brock gets the benefit of the excellent reception. It was plays like that that got the Rams off to a spectacular start this year. The juggling catch of the year goes to John Stallworth of the Steelers, who juggled it once, twice, and finally brought it in. The best hands on the sideline to Denver's Don Summers. Nice catch, Don. Mike Dick observes, that man wasn't eligible. He wasn't on the playing field. And Vince Ferragamo to the perfect execution on a rollout. What a tumbling catch. That man has to be signed up. Someone wants to give him a contract. Take a bow, sir. You're sure. And there are those fans who would wear even a camouflage, anything, so that they might make the plays of the year. They come from all over. Run for the touchdown, man. Then there is the case of the ball that would not go into the end zone. The Packers' Mike Douglas going all alone to the end zone, gets to the goal line. The football said, no, I don't want to go into the end zone. I don't like it there. Proof that the years are catching up with Earl Campbell. This football appeared to be headed for the end zone in the arms of Earl Campbell when he gets hit from behind by the Falcons' Wendell Kaysen. And don't you know it was ruled a touchback. Then there was a case of thievery, in broad daylight no less. Ken O'Brien, intercepted by Don Rogers of the Browns, stolen right back by Kurt Sohn of the Jets. Thievery, highway robbery style, touchdown Kurt Sohn. The referees, did you notice what great plays the referees were involved in this year? All right, the only way you could stop Walter Payton was to be the referee. Ed Phillick is the referee who says, Walter, the defenses can't get you, but I'll pull you down. Then there was a case of some blocks thrown by the refs, and they got better as the year went on. Marcus Allen, he wants to go left, comes back to the right, because he knows he's going to get a great block by Rex Stewart, the referee, on Carl Malkenberg of Denver. 61 yards for the touchdown. Marcus, you got to share your paycheck and your bonus with Rex Stewart on that excellent play. Was this referee guilty of pass interference? Pat Millett in the middle? Surely pass interference had to be called on that play. Oh, and then there was the case of the referee who got sacked. The Chiefs' Bob Hansen will get not only Mike Pagel, but he also gets the referee Chuck Everett along the way. The most dedicated referee award clearly goes to Bill Quinby, who made the call. That pass, what was it? Yes, incomplete, and he gets a snowball for his effort. 1985 was definitely the year of the appliance. The biggest refrigerator of all, number 72. Was there anyone else that captured more highlights? He ran, he passed, he even caught a touchdown for the Bears against the Green Bay Packers. Then he was involved in some of the more bizarre plays. On the fumble after they hit by Wilber Marshall, he goes running with the football. The question was, could he outrun David Lewis? David Lewis, folks, is not that slow. Down would go the refrigerator. And yes, the refrigerator made history by being the first lineman to score as a running back in the Super Bowl. Can you imagine if you're the football being spiked by William Perry? Oh, and then there were a few other awards. The famous non-punt of the year. to Sean Landeta of the Giants. I know, Sean, you'd like to destroy that tape. So would all Giant fans. And Sean Gale and the Bears would roll on to the Super Bowl. There was the tight walk rope of the year. Lynn Dickey of the Packers throwing long for Philip Epps. Epps with an excellent reception. He said, I was in bounds, I was in bounds, I was in bounds. Philip, I'd have given you a touchdown just because it was a great run. The quickest disappearing act of the year goes to James Brooks of the Bengals, who goes into the band and becomes a member of the band. The football plays of 1985.